everybody. I'm Amy and thank you for watching That Going in Life. Today what we're going to do is I am going to kind of give my 2018 year in review in regards to my Etsy / small business. So here we go. Okay, for those of you that don't know, my husband and I run together a small business called Amy Small World where we sew and make like travel bags, specifically like Disney inspired or for traveling, those different things. And so this has been, I started it July 31st of 2016, and then August, September of 2017, I was able to make it my full-time job. And then in February of 2018, we had my husband join me, and now this is what we do. This is both of our life. So 2018 was a really big year, but there were some highs and lows. So I'm going to start off by describing 5 highs and then 5 lows for that. And then stay tuned for our next video, which is my 2019 resolution, so we could kind of see where the lows take us. I have a little notebook here where I jotted down some things. So if you see me looking down, it's for the notes to make sure I don't forget anything. So the first good point, or the first high of 2018, was making the decision to have my husband Eric join me in our little business. He has been unhappy in his job for a while, and his contract ended for his position, and we might have not been like on paper financially ready. Like we weren't making both his and my salary with our Etsy shop and then our standalone website. But we just really felt strongly that he wasn't happy in his job, and he was doing a great job helping me. So before February 1st, he was really helping me with packaging, helping me with photography, helping me with a long time. And he was just so unhappy. And so we decided, you know what? We really want we want both of us to have like a happy, fulfilled life. And he really liked helping me, and he really believes in this business, and he wanted to join me. And so we just decided to take that plunge. So yeah, it's scary that now both my husband and I were self-employed. This is it. This is what we have, is our little Etsy shop. And it's definitely the mac and cheese top ramen life, but so far it's worth it. And follow our vlogs if you want to know a little bit more about what that is. So one of the high was my husband Eric joining me. Another thing that I feel like I was able to learn and grow was email marketing. So I use MailChimp for my email marketing, and I was able to grow my list. Well, my list right now is over 1,200 people, which that may not seem like a lot to some, but it's real. Like, it was, I think I started it maybe I think it was October of 2017. So it was really, I really grew and was able to use it in 2018, and I'm really proud of that, because as I'm sure a lot of your as people interested in Etsy, that for social media, you don't own your customer. Of course you don't own your customers, but like your followers, you're just using that platform. So that means if they want to shut you down, they could shut you down, right, at any time for whatever reason. But with email, it's not so, as long as you're following the rules. So I'm really happy that I started a pattern of good communication through email with customers or potential customers, so that flow of communication is just there. And I feel like I've developed some really good strategies, and I'm getting some great feedback. I just love communicating through email in regards to that, and really trying to grow that. So that was another high point. In another good thing is that I feel like by looking through statistics and analytics, I have learned that a lot of our customers are repeat customers, which I'm really proud of. Like, that's actually where a lot of our business comes from. And it's my hope that part of the reason why they come to us is because they like our product. Obviously they like our bags, but I really like, one of my goals is just to give the best experience that they have with my customers, and I really want them to come to us because they know that we're going to treat them well. You know, that's my goal. You know, it's like I want to treat everybody who comes to our shop like they're special, because they are. Like, they're special to us. They're supporting us, and it means a lot. And I feel like just seeing, I think it was like 80%, 75, 80%, something like that, of our business were through repeat customers, which I'm thrilled about, because that means that people either like us or they like what we have or something. So I felt like that was really good. And then we've also had this year, so I launched some new products in 2018, and I felt like the launch went pretty well. Like, so I have these little like keychain ID wallets. I should have brought them, for example, but it's fine. I'm not trying to sell you anything. And I also have a little quilted purse, and those products did really well. I designed them myself. I thought that they were really practical, and it was really good. And then we have another good thing that was that, I couldn't read my own handwriting. Sorry, that's embarrassing. That's what I was stalling for. But I won't tell you exact numbers, but in 2018 we were able to make enough money to definitely strongly replace what I made as a teacher, you know. I was an ESL teacher at universities before, which that's not like I wasn't rolling in the dough, so don't think anything like that. But one of the high was that my first year of doing this full time, I successfully replaced my income teaching, and I cannot tell you how thankful I am. So thankful that I could be able to say that, and it just feels like confirmation that we're doing what's right for us at this time. You know, who knows if it'll be here forever. So those were some highlights, some good things about 2018 for my year in Etsy/small shop, doing it full time. But let's talk about maybe some lows or some negative things. So one difficult thing was that month to month, the income was not steady. There were definite highs and lows. And when you think about retail, or when you think about shopping, it's like, duh, of course, you know, like there are specific shopping seasons and not. But previous to me, basically my first year on Etsy, it was fairly, once I got going, once I found my like signature product or whatever, I don't know what you call it, but once I found my signature product, the orders were pretty steady. They weren't like, woo, like gonna be a millionaire, let's go buy a house or anything like that, but it was steady month to month. And maybe it was growing a little bit. So what happened in 2018 was like we had some high month, like actually January, February, March, maybe a little bit into April, but then it like, ooh, we had some low months, and then a little like bouncy up and down things. And that was something I wasn't necessarily prepared for, and actually it was really hard because I did not plan as well financially for those low months as I should have, because I just didn't know, you know, I didn't have that experience. But now I know to do that. The second thing that was maybe a low, or things that I did not do well in my Etsy shop or my small business, is that like I said, the high was my husband came. But one of the low was I had a really hard time delegating with him. I feel like we worked pretty well, but it was hard because I am maybe a little bit of a perfectionist, a little bit of a control freak. I just like to do, and I like to do things my way. Oh, I like to do things my way for sure. And that's really hard when you have a system that you're used to doing yourself, but I couldn't handle it by myself anymore. So a lot of times I would be working really long, really hard hours, and my husband would be willing to help me. Eric would be wanting to help me, but it would be like, oh, it's just easier to do by myself than to stop and train. And you know what? Yeah, for that moment it was. You know, it was easier to just keep doing it, what I'm doing. But for the long haul, he needs to learn things. And so, yeah, I didn't delegate as much. He had some easy times, let's just say that. And then another thing that was a low was that in 2018, social media was pretty slow in my growth. I did grow. So my primary mode of social media is Instagram, and it was pretty slow. I don't know. There were times that I wasn't very engaged, to be honest, because I was just so busy on like moving product and making orders. But it was pretty slow, and I don't know, I just wasn't growing and meeting new people, so that was a low. And I did have a flop of a new product where I thought people would love it, so I made luggage tags. I make travel bags, so I was like, hey, luggage tags, it works. And they just didn't do well. People weren't interested in it. And it was really interesting because I send out surveys a lot in my emails trying to see what people are interested in. And they said they were interested in luggage tags, but the proof was not in the pudding this time. So I will really have to go back and try to rethink what went wrong. You know, maybe my people didn't like my design, price point, something wasn't working. So that was a bit of a flop. And then I also had a bad launch. So I tried to launch in collections. Oh, that was a high. I learned about launching things in collections instead of randomly doing things. But so I launched one collection that I thought would be great, that I thought people would like, that I thought people were relevant, but people just weren't that into the fabric choices. So I ended up with a lot, like with some extra bags, with some extra fabric, just with extra product because people weren't interested. And that was a low. Anyway, sorry that, maybe I should have switched it. Maybe I should have started off with the lows and ended with the high. Overall, I'm really thankful for how my 2018 year went. My husband and I, we worked really hard. We learned a lot. I have to say, oh my goodness, if you ever want to like go through some hard times, but also like feel super close to your spouse, start a business, particularly a handmade business with them, and you will learn a lot about each other. But I think it's a really special opportunity. So thank you so much for watching. Soon be on the lookout for the 2019 resolutions, because for the lows we're going to try to work on them and see how we could fix them. All right, see you next time. Bye.